Well, hello and good morning. My name is Jeff Hooks. I am the president of Victory Nutrition International, and it is my privilege to welcome all of you to our Saturday morning quick start training call for VNI. We do this call live do this training event live every single Saturday morning, rain or shine. And we're delighted that you're with us this morning. We've got a special call lined up, a special, just a very important training for all of us. So if you as leaders, as emerging leaders in the world of VNI, might be a good opportunity to send out some last second text messages to your team, particularly, everyone on your team, and especially those of the men and women that are new partners, additions to your VNI business, and make sure they get plugged in so they can soak all this information up. As I said in the chat, from our Envoy leaders. Now, if you're brand new and you don't know what Envoy is yet, you'll learn. You'll get don't focus on that right now, but get with your upline success coach as you do some goal setting and you learn about manager, executive manager, director, executive director, and beyond. You'll see that Envoy is a significant leadership position. Our featured trainers on this morning's Quick Start event just got back, as I think most of you know, a couple of weeks ago from a dream Envoy experience, the first annual Envoy incentive trip, all expense paid trip to the Bahamas. So you want to, if it's your vision, if it's your goal, you want to be Envoy. I'll just put it that way. But we're excited again. It's Saturday morning, January 26th. I can't believe we're at the tail end of January. So all of you are focusing hopefully on closing out your January strong with your VNI business, taking a look at the goals that you set for yourself for the month of January, taking a look at where you are right now and recognizing you've got 5 full days left to impact your January. And in some cases, that might just be what we call breaking the zero, adding a new customer, adding a new partner between now and the end of the month. That's awesome. That'd be great progress. But again, you've got 5 full days, and this call is designed to help you finish January strong, position yourself for a big February. Now, real quick, I want to get straight to our featured speakers. I do want to share 2 quick things that we emphasize every single Saturday. And the reason we do that is because it's that important. So for those of you that are leaders, make sure you're equipping, empowering, teaching, training your team, the men and women that are partners, that are building the VNI business with you, that are spreading the mission of assisting people in becoming beacons of health, hope, and abundance, with these amazing products. It's so important. These 2 fundamental principles are so important that we mention them every single Saturday. And the first is stay plugged in. Stay plugged in. Stay plugged in exactly like you're doing today. And don't be a lone ranger. Don't isolate. Don't try to do this yourself. I see so many men and women, and candidly, it's usually men, I'm not too proud to say that try to be rugged individualists. They try to reinvent the wheel. They try to blaze a new trail where no one's ever gone before and figure out a new way to do this business, or a faster way, or a better way. And it doesn't work. I'm in 30 years of building global businesses in this space, in the area of relationship marketing. Folks, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Stay plugged in. Stay plugged into the support system. We have a system that's designed to set you up for success and to give you a track to run on. That means teaching, training, ongoing support, leadership development, inspiration, motivation. That's that. And this call, this event, that every Saturday, this quick start is one piece of a larger system that you're going to be learning about as we move forward. And as we move forward towards our May annual conference, May 2nd through the 5th in Charlotte, we're going to continue to unveil the different pieces of this system so that you can move forward. But the business model is very simple. We do, as human beings, we tend to complicate things, but we talk about it every Thursday night on our Zoom presentations, that to build this business, you need to use the products every day, you need to share the products, and you need to teach others to do the same. I mean, it's literally that simple. And sometimes we complicate things, but if you want to use the products every day, be a product of the product, experience the amazing benefits of feeding your body at a cellular level on a daily basis, this amazing nutrition, high performance nutrition, backed by unprecedented scientific validation. Use the products every day. Share the products. And that's part of what Ed and Gina are going to be coaching us on today, is tips from real world experience. We're never going to test things out on these trainings. We're always going to have leaders and emerging leaders that are walking the talk, that are successful, that are growing their businesses, and they're going to share ideas that are working and have worked for them. So we're not going to ever treat the organization as guinea pigs and test things out. We're always going to talk about proven success principles. So use the products, share the products, and then teach others to do the same. I mean, that's at the key. That's what we teach, and that's what we train. And so this event is part of a system, and you want to stay plugged in. Stay plugged into the system. Think about, if most of you have a smartphone, what happens, and it's an amazing tool. Sometimes it's a distraction. So we got to manage it. We manage the tool. We don't let the tool manage us, right? That's the leadership challenge. But what happens if we let this amazing computer, this smartphone that has, more power, more memory, more capacity than the supercomputers of the 70s, right here in the palm of our hand, and you can build a global business with V&I with your smartphone. What happens if you let the battery charge out? How effective is it? How useful is it when the battery dies? And what do you do? Here's a simple question. What do you do when the battery does die? You plug it in. So the idea is we want you to stay plugged in to this system so your battery doesn't die. We don't want your battery to die and then we have to bring you back to life in terms of your V&I business. We want you to stay the course, stay engaged, stay inspired, stay motivated, stay filled up, keep being encouraged by your progress. We always talk about progress, not perfection, and recognize it's one step at a time, one step at a time. You'll be a little bit better today than yesterday if you're intentional. You'll be a little bit better this week than last week. You'll be a little more comfortable talking about the amazing products we have today than yesterday. And you're going to grow. There's a learning curve, and we've got a whole system in place that's going to help you. But you got to stay plugged in. We don't want your battery to die. We want you to stay plugged in. So stay plugged into the events. Stay plugged into the monthly conference calls. Stay plugged into the news feed on the partner site, your marketing website the company provides. Stay plugged into your upline success coaches. Stay plugged in. That's number one. Number two, do something positive every day to grow your business. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum is sustained through consistency. That's the key. If there's a secret to this business, it's consistency. It really is. Don't work a few hours one day or 1 week or 5 or 10 hours and then take 3 weeks off. And I've seen so many talented people where their effort is such a high, and then they go flat for a long period of time, and then they put forth a few hours, and they never give themselves a chance for their business to take root. I used this example weeks ago. If you were going to grow a garden, and then every couple of days during the early spring, middle spring, late spring, you just open your door out if you wanted an herb garden in the back, and you just open your door open and threw some seed out and shut the door every 3 or 4 days, what would happen? And of course, the answer is nothing. You have to be intentional. So consistency, and obviously there's some more depth to those lessons there, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. So stay plugged in, do something positive every day. If you'll keep that in the forefront of your plan with V&I, with your mission for blessing the world with these products, building a customer base, building a partner team, you'll be on track, and your battery won't die. We won't have to plug you back in to resuscitate you. We'll just be encouraging you and supporting you every step of the way as you make that incremental progress. Okay. So with that, it is my privilege, folks. I think all of you hopefully know Ed and Gina Bender. Envoy leaders, their volume is way beyond Envoy, but they've got a really rock solid business. They've been with the company since the very beginning. #1 income earners in the world of VNI, and I've got Ed and Gina, I want you to see, I'm walking the talk. I got blank sheets and paper to take notes, a pen that writes.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn it over to both of you. I'm excited to learn from you. Everybody, let me welcome and join me in welcoming Ed and Gina Bender. Take it away, y'all.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yes, thank you, Jeff. Wow, what an awesome training already. I mean, just using that presentation, if you share that with others, with brand new people that come in, I mean, as Jeff said, it's use the products, share the products, and teach others to do the same. So we're excited to be here. As Jeff mentioned, I'm Gina Bender. This is Ed Bender, my husband, my wonderful husband. He actually met me many years ago through the industry. And we fell in love and then fell in love with the industry together. And, you know, we have not really tried to reinvent the wheel. We just do what other successful people are doing. And Jeff gave you the keys to building this business, which is use the products, share the products, and teach others to use the products. So in saying that, I was thinking, what are some of the tools that we have that we can share with? So I'm going to share with you. You want to hold this up?
No, it's totally off script.
Okay. You never know what I'm going to say, but here, Ed, you hold it up.
Okay, I'm holding this up.
Okay. So what I do is I like to carry some of these samples with me. In fact, I have a baggie, and I'll show you my little baggie that I keep in my purse. And the company, I don't know. I don't know if it's, Jeff, can you see us okay?
Yeah, we see you perfectly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right. We're just small on our end, so we weren't sure if we were showing up or not. Okay. So one of the things I love to carry too is our little Protovite moments. You know, in the beginning, as Jeff shared and held up the Protovite bottle, I use the product here at home, the big bottle, but the Protovite moments the company came out with, you know, not long ago, and it is a phenomenal tool that you can use to build the business. I know some of you that are on the call are brand new, so I'm going to hold this little box up so you can see it. This is our Protovite moments. There are 4 of the little moments that come in each one of these boxes. So when you buy the box, you're going to get 16 of these. These are great for traveling. I know Ed and I used these when we traveled down to the Bahamas a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, we have the monthly box of the Insorb. And again, I'm going to hold it up so you can see it if you're brand new. This is easy for you to use. I keep a box and Ed keeps a box on our bedside table, and we take it just before we go to bed. So we love using these tools to carry with us to share with others. But another key, and I've been guilty of it and, you know, over the years, but you got to make sure that you're prepared if you run into people when you're out talking. So make sure I keep like little, and I'm going to remove what I just wrote because I had a customer call me and I've got to call her after this call. But carry little sticky notes with you. You can buy these, you know, at Office Depot, Office Max, and make sure you're prepared to get the information because the key is in the follow-up. That's where the money is. So Ed, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can share a few minutes about these tools.
The reason I've been laughing the whole time is Gina said, I'm absolutely not going to do this training. I'm going to turn it right over to you, and I'm not going to say a word. And as you can see, she doesn't always follow script.
I'm really shy, y'all.
Yeah, she doesn't always follow script. But anyways, you know, we're here today to really make you understand and really heartfelt try to teach you what we know and what we do and why we do it like this. And there are correct ways to do the business and incorrect ways to do the business. You know, Gina and I for a long time have told the group, told anybody we talk to, that we work in warm market. That doesn't mean you can't work in cold market. What I mean by warm market versus cold market is warm market is something you have in common with somebody. It could be as simple as you go to the same Walmart every day and you see them at the Walmart, you know, once a week. It could be something as simple as a coffee place, but something in common with the people. That's considered a warm market, and you develop that. And certain people you're going to have more of a relationship with than that. That is a really warm market. Cold market would be absolutely just buying a list from somebody and calling through a phone book, so to speak. I was talking with one of our partners yesterday about, the fact that we're having the event in Charlotte, and, our national convention in Charlotte. And, there's going to be a certain number of people that pick up the phone book and just call Charlotte because they know we're here and the event's going to be here. And I welcome it. I don't have any problem with that. If you want to call everybody in Charlotte that you can find in the phone book and try to get to the event, that's a great thing to do. We're going to have an opportunity meeting this year. But
it's not the easy way.
It's not the easy way. And to Gina's point, these are little miracle workers, in my opinion. They are starters of conversation. Everything that Gina was just showing you on the table starts conversations. I mean, people want to know if this is a package of ketchup. No, it's not a package of ketchup, but it is much better for you than a package of ketchup. There's a whole lot of different ways to do the business, but there are some basics that we want you to understand. Now, one of the things that I told Jeff that we were going to do today, and I promised a few people that showed up on this call, is because you're on this call today, Gina and I want to give you something. This is something hot off the press. It's been approved by the company, that actually the company helped develop or did develop, and it absolutely can propel your business. We're going to show you the basic steps that you need to do to kind of get your business going. Everybody joins and they're excited. There's two different paths. One is a path of a customer. Now, a customer or a partner join the same way. They're both going to order products. There's not any other way to say that. Product is what this company is built on. This product is what this company will always be built on. Is there a compensation plan? Yes. But do I want my customer to know there's a compensation plan? Absolutely not. I don't need them to know that at that point. If they indicate to me that they might be interested in sharing it with somebody after they've tried the product or even before they've tried the product, then there is a need to show them the compensation plan, or what we call thank you checks. And by the way, just so you know, we do practice what we preach. This is a thank you check that come to us in the mail, and thank you very much, Bill Downs, for sending us to it.
And Kim and Jeff.
And Jeff.
For sharing.
But we get them all the time. We get them because we do what we're telling you to do. It's not because we're sitting in some Eiffel Tower and we don't do what we tell people we're doing. We're actually doing exactly what we tell you to do on a weekly basis. So.
And I just want to mention, too, that the key is in the follow-up. So as I shared with you a minute ago, I'm not going to show you the name, but I took a call right 2 minutes before, or actually let it go to voicemail. But I have a customer from a doctor that called me. So make sure you're prepared, because as your business grows, you're going to build relationships. This is a doctor that I'm a friend with in Orlando, Florida. And people are going to reach out to you. So, this business is about heart. We do not want you coming on board and thinking just about the money. You will be blessed. Ed and I have certainly been blessed, and the money will follow. There are keys to success to build a business, but it's about heart. It's about helping people. And, there's a saying, if you help enough people get what they want, then you'll get what you want. And that happens to be true. Is this easy to do? No, but it's easy not to do. As Jeff said, spend some time every day doing the basics, share the product, be prepared. And one of the other tools I forgot to mention too that I love is the brain reward. Get some of these individual packets and carry them. I love carrying these. They're easy to share with others. In fact, I had a call yesterday from corporate, from one of our customer care representatives, and she was in a panic because one of the doctors here locally has a patient whose son had run out of brain reward. And even though these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, they do amazing things. The body's a miracle. You have to give the body what it needs for the body to heal itself. So long story short, I had some samples, but I was close to an hour away from this individual. So one of our team leaders here in Charlotte, Rebecca Sidden, I shared with her that this lady was desperate to get some product, that her brain reward for her son would not be until Tuesday. So in saying that, you may go above and beyond and do some things that you wouldn't normally do. I couldn't tell you the times that Ed has jumped in the car. I'll be working, I'll get a phone call. Someone local desperately needs a bottle of Protovite or brain reward. It's about sharing and caring, guys. You know, this isn't just a business. This is heartfelt. This is, you know, it can be a livelihood for you. And, you know, you don't have to go out and, you know, quit your 9 to 5, but you can do this alongside of us. Use us as partners, use Jeff, and again, use the tools. And as Ed mentioned, the company has approved a tool that we're going to get to share with you guys first. And I think Ed mentioned too, since you're on this webinar, if you will email me after the call, of course, I will be happy to send you the original file that you can use and share with your potential prospects.
Now, I want you to understand, this has not been shown anywhere in the company before this date. If you email us at onthepathtovictory@gmail.com, again, I'll repeat that, onthepathtovictory@gmail.com, we will send this brand new tool to you for you to use. Now, is it the only tool? No, but it's a very good tool, and it's brand new. Nobody has seen this yet. I mean, literally nobody has seen it.
Okay, so we're going to go on and share it with you. And what did I do? You took my mouse. I'm sitting here looking to where I can share it. So if you'll stand by, let me pull up screen share.
There are thousands of supplements on the market from which to choose. The big question is, how do we know which ones to take? How do we know if we're wasting our money that we've worked so hard to earn? And we really don't, unless you have been in the industry like me for a long time. You're not equipped with the resources to correctly ascertain the quality of supplements. So the big question is, what's the most expensive nutritional supplement on the market? The answer is the one that doesn't work because it can't get in. So V&I is absolutely a game changer in the industry, and here's a reason why. V&I is the only company known to have 40 published clinical studies to date, and we have 3 patents with more patents pending on our proprietary exclusive technologies supporting the finished product. This translates to unprecedented scientific validation. Enzor boosts and strengthens metabolism and vitality, supports digestion of proteins, fats, and carbs, supports intestinal health and elimination, and the latest research demonstrates that it boosts immune competence and improves blood health. Protovite is liquid nutrition, and it's amazing liquid nutrition. So Protovite is a liquid multivitamin mineral phytonutrient complex that's got the exclusive proteasome demonstrating unprecedented, rapid, and prolonged nutrient absorption. We know it's in less than 5 minutes. It promotes the cellular ability to effectively use oxygen and water, and therefore nutrients. Protovite, we have a new semi-tagline, is liquid blood food. That is an accurate descriptor. Life-changing benefits evidenced by an astonishing high customer retention rate. Brain Reward is, again, an amazing product. Brain Reward is an effective reward deficiency nutrigenomic solution. That means where nutrition influences gene expression that rebalances the brain reward circuitry. So more than 30 clinical studies demonstrates that the patented Brain Reward nutritionally supports dopamine sensitivity and function, helps regulate cravings, supports weight management, promotes energy and recovery, relieves stress, supports easier detox, supports improved decision making, and supports focus, attention, concentration, and cognition and mental sharpness. Those are all good things. Thione Extra is an amazing anti-aging and immunity product. It is made with evidence-based, premium quality nutraceuticals and nutritionally supports DNA protection and the structure and function of blood vessels, antioxidant function, glutathione and superoxide dismutase functions, By the way, these are the two most abundant enzymes in the body. SOD is the 5th most abundant enzyme in the body, thousands of enzymes. SOD is number 5. Therefore, it supports immune function, it improves, promotes positive nitrogen balance, promotes cellular detoxification, improves cell structure, function, stamina, energy output, improves mental clarity. It's an anti-aging and life extension product extraordinaire. Life-changing benefits, again, evidenced by an astonishing high customer retention rate. V&I's proprietary exclusive proteasome technology is the foundation for all products with a tagline, nutrition that gets in.
Okay, so anyway, that is the little video that's about 3 minutes that you can share with your prospects. So I hope you enjoyed that.
Now, I want to tell you this, it's not, it's not just one video. There is actually, it's broken down into, that's the longer version of it. It's broken down into Protovite, Insorb, Thion Extra, and
Brain Reward.
Brain Reward.
So in saying that, what Ed is saying is not only will you get the one video, but there's actually 5 videos. So, you know, we realize that when you're out there sharing with people, you may have someone that, you know, is really interested, you know, just in the Protovite. So you'll be able to share a little 1-minute snippet with them, or perhaps you're working with a doctor who deals with addictions and they want to know, you know, just a quick overview that, you know, is a minute or so about the Brain Reward. So this will be a tool that Jeff will make available also on the corporate website, but you'll be able to get that today, fresh off the press, and we'll be glad to send you the hard copy so you can use those to help you build your business.
Now, in saying all that, we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, why this tool is available and what we need it for. You know, like I said earlier, there's only 2 ways to start the business. One is a customer and the other one is a partner. Well, how many people out there, and this is a rhetorical question you can't answer, but how many people out there have met people that said, I absolutely don't want anything to do with the business. All I want to do is be a customer. And then they get information sent to them on the partner side that, you know, kind of suggests there's a business, or thank you checks or things of that nature. And it really is, for some people, all they really truly want is the product. I think Jeff was quoting 92% of the people that we've got in as partners right now are actually just customers. They're not really trying to build a business. And we want customers. We want absolutely 92% of our base to be customers. For the other percentage of people, we want them as partners that want to take it to the next level and bless the whole world with our products. But in saying all that, you're going to make, at some point, you got to make a list of some sort. Now, that list could be warm market, which I've talked about, could be friends and family, it could be, you know, associates of yours, it could be Facebook friends. There's a myriad of ways to make, you know, a list, but you need a list to start from. When Gina and I started this business, we had very few tools. We didn't have a whole lot to go on, to be honest with you, and a lot of it was created by us. Now we've got the corporate team absolutely, since Jeff's aboard, and thank you again, Jeff, for coming aboard, but since August, things have really changed around, and even changing more than you realize. But we want people to make a list of people that they know. The reason you make a list of the people that you know is because that is where your base is going to start from. You know, you can do phone book cold calling. You can do, you know, lists that you buy off the internet. But the problem I've always seen with that is that if you do it, other companies are calling, especially in today's world. News travels fast. Our products are world-class products that are the best kept secret, but they won't be the best kept secret for long. Charlotte will become a hotbed like you've never seen before once our convention comes here. We're going to do a tour around the United States, and Jeff's asking for a place to go, and I hope you all have emailed him that you want your spot to be one that Jeff and Gina and I and Bill Downs and Kim Downs show up to, because we really want to travel around some and get groups that were engaged back engaged, or get the groups that aren't engaged. Now, we don't go to a place to create momentum. We go to a place to forward momentum. So you've got to have some people there doing something before we're going to actually agree to come there.
Exactly. So I'm going to interrupt because I want to make sure everyone has Jeff's email, jeff@vni.life. So that's so important. Put it in your phone. And if you're one of those people who see this as a business and say, hey, I want to take this to the next level and I want to have Jeff come into our area, Bill and Kim Downs, then, email Jeff. But as Ed says, he's not going to go in there to start it. That's your job. And to use us, to use your upline team leaders, and let us help you get some people growing in that market. And we'll come in and we'll help and support. As we're doing this webinar today, Ed, we can meet people too in your market without actually going there.
Jeff has absolutely told me email is the worst way to get a hold of them. So in saying that, I will give you a little secret. I text Jeff and tell him that Gina has sent an email to him that he needs to pay attention to. Just a side note, because we all get busy. And text really nowadays is the way that people communicate more than emails. I used to look at emails all the time. Today I find myself deleting the majority of emails that I get. Not for the company, of course, but the majority of emails I get are just advertisements.
But in saying that, Ed, I'm not going to give out Jeff's phone number because you can call me 336-918-7593. Let me know first. We want to do this the right way and go upline. You don't go straight to the president. Go to your sponsor, your upline, and say, hey, I want to build this business. And I'd love to have them come into the market. We've got a little less than 14 weeks before we kick off the 2019 Victory Nutrition Conference here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So you want to be building from event to event. Our next event is this Thursday night, which is our product and business overview. And every week, Jeff is our host. He has great, presenters on the call, and it's presented just like this as a webinar. So Thursday night, you need to mark your calendar, get your guests and your brand new reps or your new partners to this phone call or to this webinar so they can learn. That's how you learn, is by participating from event to event. So we have lots of events. Our big event is going to be May 2nd. 3rd and 4th, everyone will be leaving most likely on Sunday the 5th. Again, that's going to be at the beautiful Renaissance Convention Center here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And, Charlotte's a great area because it's easy to get to by plane. So be sure and let your leaders and your potential prospects who would like to come here and participate. And there will be a free shuttle to and from the airport to the hotel. So I believe Kim had mentioned the cost of the room is only $99 a night. So it's going to be very affordable. So, years ago when I started and Ed started, even prior to meeting Ed when I was with my first company, we'd get a bunch of girlfriends together and we would go to these conferences, rent a room. We put 4 girls in a room and share the cost. So the goal is get to as many people as you can over the next 13, 14 weeks and get them to this conference. It cause your business to explode.
But let's get back to why we're having the call today, because I really want people to understand events are events, but events aren't just a conference. Events are communication between you and the person that you're, trying to expose to be a customer or a partner with us. We just showed you some tools that you can use, and these are very good tools. And for the people that email us, they'll get them today. But once you've made your list, you've tried the product yourself, you've made the list, and you're exposing people to the business, I would suggest sending these same snippets that we're talking about, these little videos, to people. Now, you could do it all at one time, a 3.5-minute video, or you can drip on them a little bit, send them a video a day for 4 days or 5 days, or a video a week. It doesn't have to be all at one time. But once they once they, suggest that they might want to try the product, these samples become very important. Now, are these samples free? That's a very good question. They're not free. We pay for them. So I treat them like gold. I really don't hand out samples. And some people might be surprised at that. Now, I've told Gina and I tell other people, for a very long time, I've used this as a practice. If I know you well enough that I would take you out for a meal and I would pay for the meal and be just as good of friends with you after the meal, regardless of what we talked about, and I paid for the meal, then it's okay to give that type of person a sample because these aren't free. I mean, a meal costs today anywhere from 20 to, could be hundreds of dollars in the Bahamas. I don't even know what the meals cost down there. I mean, it was a free trip and we got treated very well. But the point I'm making is this is not free to you, so it shouldn't be free to them. If it's a complete stranger, I don't care if you charge them $1. I don't know exactly what this cost me, but the whole idea is to say, look, I'm going to give you 3 samples. Give me $3. If you don't like the samples, I will give you your $3 back. Why are you doing it that way? Because if they give you $3, first off, you're going to be assured they're not going to throw it in a drawer and never use it. So many samples I see handed out are thrown in drawers, and then when you follow back up with them, they said the product did nothing for me. Well, the truth of the matter is they never put it in their mouth. Everybody that's been on our product knows that if you use the product, especially on a consistent basis, and we don't suggest just 3 days, but if you use the product on a consistent basis, you're going to have some activity. Your body's going to change one way or another. You're going to know that you took something. But get back to my point, these aren't free to us, so be very careful not to hand out too many free samples. They cost money. Make sure that people understand they're costing you money and they didn't come to you free. Now, the company is very generous. In our recent boxes that we get, I've noticed that if you're on a subscription, that some of these do come to you free, and that's pretty neat. Check your boxes when they come, because sometimes you have a habit of pulling the product out of the box and throw the box away, and there's free samples inside that box. They're very much for you to use and get out to people. But you got to understand, you're going to be exposing people to the business one way or another, expose them to the product one way or another. That's an excellent way. Brain reward, I mean, there's 6 in a pack. People have asked me, is that a 6-day supply? No, that's actually a 1-day supply. Get them 2 or 3, but get yourself a little money or something. I told people before, and I've said it on calls, take their spare tire. That way, if they have a flat, they got to come back to you to get their spare tire back, and you can talk to them again about the product. If you just give them the sample, you have no reason to contact them again, or you have no knowledge of whether they actually took the product or not. So just learn from our mistakes. We've given away a ton of free samples in past companies for it not to really pay off. Make sure you charge them something for the sample if you're going to give them a sample.
Oh, and talking about the sample, when I was talking earlier about the lady that was afraid to run out, Rebecca was so kind and ran to drove to the lady's house and gave her like 5 of these packets for her son so she didn't run out. So it's another reason to have a little bit of product on hand. You don't have to stockpile and be garage qualified by no means. But, if you're looking at this for the first time and you're a brand new partner, and maybe you're just testing the waters, you're trying the Protovite and maybe the Insorb or the Protovite and the Brain Reward, consider ordering one of the Share and Grow packs. You've got the month that you get involved in, a couple of additional months to place an order for that pack, and it's a great value. There's free shipping, you get a lot of free samples, and even a deeper discount on the product. So if you don't know about that, go to your website and look at the products tab, and you'll be able to learn more about it.
And something that I really find interesting, I always try to look in the cabinet and see what we've got available to us. we had 3 bottles of Brain Ward, which, you know, I don't consider that garage qualified. I promise you, if you come to our house, there's not products sitting everywhere. We don't have a whole lot of product. But I had earmarked 2 of those bottles to go to a particular individual that's in our organization that's having a little bit of a rough time, and she's using it on a very young child, and it's really making a difference in the child's life. Well, when I got ready to send the bottles out, I actually packaged them up. We got another phone call that this person needed a bottle of Brain Ward. And then we got another phone call that another person needed Brain Ward. And I'm thinking, yeah, I really need a little more inventory on hand, because all 3 bottles were spoken for in the same day that we had it. So in saying that, it's a good idea to have a little inventory on hand. You don't have to have a lot. I've heard some distributors say, my people are stocked up with products. But if they're stocked up with product, that means one of 2 things. They're not using the product, or they're not getting it out to people, because we can't hardly keep it in our household. And I mean that sincerely. I mean, there's days that I'll reach in the refrigerator for a bottle of Protovite to open, and it's not there. And I'm saying, Gina, where did Protovite go? Well, we had this happen and that happened, and this person needed, and we got it coming back to us. But long story short, we can't keep product on hand. We really can't. We could. I mean, we could spend money and keep product on hand, but there's no need to keep a ton on hand. But, you know, a share and grow pack or something of that nature that you want to keep on hand for personal use, or to hand out as samples, or to, you know, bless people with, that's a good thing to have on hand.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you a minute about, you know, you're using the product, now you're out there sharing the product. So where do you take it from there? Well, you've made your list, you know, you've went out there and you've made a few phone calls. You know, as Jeff says, don't be one man standing out there on the island trying to figure all this out by yourself. Get good at doing 3-way calls. And that is I don't know the right word for it, but once you start doing 3-way calls, you don't want to do them, you know, by yourself. Use your sponsor, your upline. If your sponsor's brand new, then go upline. If you don't know who your upline partner is, then, you know, contact the company. They can look it up very easily. Or again, you can contact me and I can, you know, figure out, you know, who your upline team leader is. But we do phone calls and 3-way calls, you know, all the time. And even we reach out to Jeff as needed. You know, we believe very much so that if you're going to build a successful Victory Nutrition business, nobody gets there by themselves. We do this together as a team. I know when we first launched Victory, we were what we called ignorance on fire. We just got on the phones. We worked the phones. We worked with our team. We did a lot of 3-way calls. And, you know, the key is also asking for the order. I know brand new people are even afraid to pick up a phone, much less ask for the order. I'm not afraid to ask. Yeah. So I'm not afraid to ask for a monthly subscription. And people need direction. If you can share with them the features and benefits of why they want to have this product on hand, and so they don't run out, and you know, why they want to have that monthly subscription, you know, to get that 2% or 3% or 4% discount or the half price and the free shipping. They will do it, but a lot of people are afraid to ask. So that's another reason why it's important to do that 3-way call.
Now, people don't realize how to get into a 3-way call or how to actually accomplish that. And I tell them very simply, first off, you've made your list. Secondly, you've sent the video out to them. Thirdly, they asked you a question. They say, why is this package blue and not green? Now, who in the world knows why the package is blue and not green?
And
it really does.
Facetious.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
What they ask.
But people don't, yeah, it doesn't matter what they ask, but people will ask you questions of that nature. Even if you know the answer, do not answer that question. It is an excellent time to say, you know, I think I know the answer to that one. I'm pretty sure I'm correct, but would you mind if I bring Gina in to kind of tell you why the package is blue instead of green? And I'm just using that as an example. at that point, if you will call Gina or call your upline support leader and explain to them, listen, the question has been asked, why is the package blue instead of green? They will take it from there. Your job is just to mute the phone. And one of the best examples I could think of this is Abner Fisher is excellent at it. He will call, say, I've got such and such on the line. They come from an ad that I'm running in the Amish community. They come from here, they come from there. But he will say, this is the situation. Gina, can you explain it to him? And Gina goes on from that point. Gina goes on and takes the order from him, gets them on a monthly subscription. It really flows really smoothly if you do it that way. But don't be scared of doing a three-way call. It actually doesn't take the credibility away from you. It actually gives you more credibility because they know you're attached to a team of people that are helping each other. And, at the end of the call, we're always quick to say, Abner's one of our leaders, or Cynthia's one of our leaders, or Lisa's one of our leaders, or Denise is one of our leaders, and she does a wonderful job of things, and you can count on her to help you get where you need to go or help you answer these types of questions in the future. And as people get more comfortable with what they're doing, they could be the person that you're going through with. I'm going to tell you this today. Cynthia's in our organization. Do you think I wouldn't pick up the phone and do a three-way with Cynthia? I mean, my personal contact, and have Cynthia explain to them what the product does. Why would I do that? Because Cynthia's a nurse, and if I'm talking to a nurse, I have no credibility with a nurse. But Cynthia does. So, it doesn't have to be upline, downline, sideline support. It doesn't really matter. Something with somebody in common, something in common with the people is really what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Ed.
It is a very good point. That's why I said it.
Okay, so we're not going to keep you guys much longer. We have really enjoyed being the featured guest today and being able to reach out to all of you and work with you today. And, again, we're here to help and support you. So don't feel like you can't reach out to Ed or to me. And I will repeat our email one more time, onthepathtovictory@gmail.com. We want to get these tools, these short snippet videos out to you so you can start sharing them with your prospects. Be sure and let us know too over the next day or two if you're interested in having Jeff and the corporate team come to your area if you're building a new market. And you might be brand new, but just be what I call ignorance on fire. Go out there and share it. Get to as many people as you can. I'm telling you, it is so much easier to build fast than it is to build slow.
And I want to tell you this, January is a month just like every other month. I'll never forget this. And I will not call the individual's name, but at 11:45 on New Year's Eve, we got a call from one of our distributors. Partners. One of our partners at 11:45. Now think about that. This is right before the New Year's. Everybody's celebrating New Year's. Gina and I don't drink. We don't celebrate, but we are watching the ball drop from our bedroom. We get a call. The reason I say that is we're pretty much available 24/7. We really don't shut our phones off. We leave them on. We leave them on for you. Do we need to leave our phones on at 11:45 on New Year's Eve? No. But the reason I'm telling you that is the month of January's got 5 days left. Now, I know you're looking at your group and you're saying, I've only did $6,000, $7,000, $5,000 worth of volume, maybe 30, 40, 75,000. It depends on where you're at in the company. I can tell you the next 5 days, Gina and I will do north of 50,000 and well into six figures of volume collectively through the company. They are very big days for us, and I want you to close January out just as strong as you've ever closed it out. People need to be on these products. Either as customers or partners, they need to be on these products. And guess what? Sometimes your customers turn into your best partners, because as they see the product working for them, they're actually going to say, hey, is there a way to make money with this? If they ask that question, be sure to do a three-way. Let them know, yes, there's a way to make money. Let me get Gina back on the phone. She'll not only explain to you why the product is green or blue instead of green, she'll tell you exactly how to get thank you checks of this sort coming to your house on a weekly basis. We do pay weekly. You know, a lot of companies make a big deal out of they pay weekly. I want to tell you, this check hits our household every week. Breaking zero is something that Jeff is real big on. Breaking zero is simply this: don't let a month go by or even a week go by that you haven't at least engaged and got one customer or one new rep. Now that seems like a lofty goal. I can tell you, Gene and I are as busy as anybody that you could possibly think next to Jeff Hooks. He would probably be the person that does
and Bill.
more. And Bill, yeah. And there's a few others that really do a lot of work behind the scenes. But we're as busy as everybody. But we do not let a week go by that we aren't engaged some way in telling somebody about this business one way, shape, or form. I mean, we have dinners with representatives that we have around here. We have phone calls that go on constantly. I mean, I can't count the number of times we had some calls set up with Jeff the last couple of days explaining different things to people. And we did them off of my phone because Gina's phone rings off the hook. I mean, constantly.
I had to turn it off.
She had to turn it off for this because I'm getting text in my pocket right now as we're speaking. But, you know, things are going on in this company. It really is going places, and January is going to be a very strong month. I could tell you from February on, this company's going to go nuts. January, February, March, April, you're just going to see some changes that you've not seen before. I like to say we're a 5-year-old company, base company with a rock solid base, and we've got a rock solid, steady 6-figure income coming in. But that's just the beginning of this company. Most companies really don't start flourishing until about the 5th, 6th, or 7th year. And this company is on track the same way, only set up better financially. I mean, we are debt free. It's an awesome time to be with this company. If you're brand new, glad you're here. If you've been here a while and you haven't been engaged, get re-engaged. It is an awesome time to be with this company.
Yes, absolutely, Ed. And I'm more excited now than I was when we first started. So
and we're doing more than when we first started. We did a lot when we first started, but we're absolutely busy today.
But we love it. This is our passion. We love helping people. We're here to help and support you, support the team. So again, don't feel like we're too busy that you can't reach out to us. If you get Ed's voicemail or mine, you know, just leave a message and we promise we will get back to you. So with that, we're going to end the training. And we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. And we want to say God bless. Have a wonderful weekend. And we will talk to you soon.
And as usual, she got the last word. See y'all later. Thank you.